Hello everyone, we are super excited to launch 360-degree study kit with some of the most powerful upgrades to your classes. With this 360-degree study kit, you can now take a practice quiz at any point of time while attending a class. You can get a summary of your entire class for a quick revision. You can get your favorite teacher's presentation in downloadable PDF format. Also, you can make your own notes while learning and save them. Last but not the least, if you prefer a fun way of learning, you can even use flashcards to test your understanding. These upgrades with 360-degree study kit will now supercharge your learning even more.
So this is a complete detailed session, okay? And we are going to discuss all the important queries or doubts that most of the students are having related to the examination pattern, related to the details, syllabus, eligibility, cutoff, salary, and job profile, right? So we are going to discuss about all these things in today's session. So make sure you guys will attend the session till the last slide, right? So let's start our discussion. Let's talk about it. So NABARD Grade A examination, like most of the students who are from agriculture background, specifically they target this exam primarily, but the students who are not from agriculture background, they can also target this examination, right? So we are going to discuss about the syllabus, we're going to discuss about the exam pattern in details here. And aspirants, you can have the all board application in your mobile phone, okay? Because all the YouTube classes PDFs are available there, and as well as you can have all the study materials available on the application of Olive Board, right? And this is a batch, okay? And with this batch, you guys are provided with the books. So aspirants who want to target the NABARD grade examination in the year 2026, they can have the enrollment in this batch, okay? And that's how they can start their preparations with us, okay? So let's start with the eligibility, like who are eligible for the NABARD grade A assistant manager post. So if you had completed your bachelor degree in any subject from any recognized university or institutions, with a minimum of 60% marks if you are like from the unreserved category, and if you are from SC, ST, PWBD category, your minimum score will be at least 55% in aggregate. Or there you can see it's or, like it's not compulsory that you should have the post graduation, but if you have the post graduation, then also you are eligible to apply for assistant manager in grade A rural development banking services general stream. Okay, I'm talking about the general stream here. Okay, postgraduate degree, MBA, PGDM with a minimum of 55% marks, SC, ST, PWBD applicant 50% marks in aggregate, or CA, CS, ICWA, or PhD from institutions recognized by Government of India or UGC, right? So this is about your academic qualification. And if we talk about the age, like what is the minimum and the maximum age required to apply for NABARD grade A officer. So your age must be between 21 and 30 years of age. Okay. And that the candidates must have been born not earlier than, it depends upon like for which particular year you are applying. So on that basis, your age must be between 21st to 30 years of age. Okay. And there will be age relaxations as per the different categories. Okay. So this is about the eligibility, including the academic qualification and the age. Now, if we talk about the exam pattern, okay, so most of the students have the confusion related to the exam pattern of NABARD grade A officer. So it is not completely like the banking examination. There's a twist in this exam pattern. So the exam will be conducted in multiple phases. Okay, so when we talk about the phase one, you can see these are the different test, or these are the different sections that will be tested in your phase one. Okay, so you can see there the serial number from 1 to 5. Okay, all the subjects mentioned under these 5 serial numbers, they are categorized as under the qualifying section, and 6, 7, or 8, they are categorized under merit section. Okay, so in this manner, your qualifying section will consist of 100 marks or 100 questions. In a similar manner, your merit section will also consist of 100 marks or 100 questions. Okay, so under this, there will be a test of your reasoning, English language, computer knowledge, quantitative aptitude, decision making. right? You can see the number of questions are not same in the different portions. There are different number of questions asked from the different sections. Similarly, your general awareness portion will be tested. Your economic and social issues with focus on rural India will be tested, and agriculture and rural developments with emphasis on rural India. So you can see a maximum number of questions will be from your ESI and ARD portion, which are the important portion under your merit section. Plus, there will be 20 questions from your general awareness portion. And if we talk about the language or the medium of examination, so it will be bilingual, like English and Hindi, both the languages are displayed there on the screen, as you can switch on or off, like you can change the mode to get a better understanding of the question. Okay, and in overall you will be provided with 2 hours of time, or 120 minutes of time will be provided to you to cover 200 questions. Okay, and there will be a negative marking of 1 by 4. So this is about your phase 1 exam pattern, right? So you can see here, so qualifying section, basically the first these 5 subjects comes under the qualifying section. This next 3 subjects comes under the merit section. So shortlisting of the candidates for the mains examination, or we call it as phase 2 examination, will be based on the scores obtained in the merit section. So when we talk about the qualifying section, you just have to cross the cutoff. For the merit section, you have to score good so that you will be in the merit section, and that's how you will be able to appear for the phase 2 examination. Okay, so this is about your phase 1. Next is, this is your phase 2 or the mains examination. So if I talk about the general stream, like you are applying under the general stream or for the generalist assistant manager grade A officer, you have to face 2 paper, paper 1 and paper 2. Under the paper 1, your general English will be tested. So here you will be provided with 3 questions, okay, and that will be of online descriptive type of paper. 100 marks paper will be it, and 90 minutes of time will be provided to you. Okay, and you have to type your descriptive answers, obviously in English language, because it is to test your general English. Okay, and then here you can see that is paper 2, which will include the questions from ESI portion plus ARD portion, right? Right. And here there will be 2 type of paper, like one will be objective paper and another will be descriptive paper. Okay, when we talk about the objective paper, you have to face 30 questions. Like there will be 10 questions of 1 marks each, 20 questions of 2 marks each. So in total, there will be 30 questions, and this paper will be of 50 marks. 30 minutes of time will be given to you. And under the objective questions, you will face some passage-based questions also. And similarly, if you talk about the descriptive type of paper, you have to face 6 questions, and from the 6 questions, you have to attempt 4 questions. There will be 2 questions that are compulsory that you need to attempt. Okay, and from these 2 questions, one question will be of 15 marks, and another question will be of 10 marks. And for the rest of the 2 questions, there will be choices provided to you. Okay, so in this manner, from the 6 questions, you have to attempt the 4 questions, 2 of 15 marks and 2 of 10 marks. You will be provided with 1.5 hour, and this paper will be of 50 minutes. Okay, and that will be a descriptive answer writing. You have to type your answers, right? So this is about the phase 2 examination of NABARD Grade A officer. Now moving ahead, if I talk about the third phase, okay, this is about the generalist officer. Similarly, if I talk about the specialist officer, so the difference between the specialist officer and the generalist officer occur on the paper 2 only. So in the paper 2, you have to face the stream specific questions, like objective questions and descriptive question. They will be stream specific, and the same like other the rest of the pattern is same. But here you have to face the stream specific question. That's it. That's how the difference occur. Okay. Now, after the phase 2, then there will be a psychometric test which is mandatory. So after the phase 2, phase 3 will be psychometric test, and that is an MCQ based paper. 90 minutes duration will be provided to you to attempt this paper. And after that, you will appear for the interview, and your interview will be of 50 marks. All right. So this is about the exam pattern. Now the question arises, like what is the syllabus of the different portions that you have to cover here? So you can see these are the different subjects of your phase one examination. So these are some topics like mostly the students who are targeting for the banking examination, they cover these topics, right? And the same topic they have to cover for their RBI, for their NABARD Grade A examination, right? So under this, you can see under the reasoning ability portion, you have to cover puzzles and seating arrangements, log, data sufficiency, statement-based questions, verbal reasoning, inequality, miscellaneous questions, input, output, blood relations, coding, decoding. Okay. And for the quantitative aptitude, the topics like data interpretations, quadratic equations, number series, simplifications, approximations, data sufficiency, arithmetic questions, quantity comparisons, mathematical inequalities. English language, reading comprehensions, close test, sentence improvement, spotting the errors, fill in the blanks, sentence rearrangement, parasymbols, new pattern questions. Okay. And under general awareness, there will be questions based on current affairs, banking, economy, and insurance. Current affair questions will be based on recent appointments, sports, awards, honors. Okay. And some questions will be related with the new schemes, loans, international and national news, latest science and technological developments. Like, in short, you have to cover the current affairs of the last 6 to 8 months to score well in your general awareness portion. Okay. Then under the decision making portion, so these are the different topics that you have to cover, plus the different models of decision making, the errors that occur in decision making, situation based questions will be there, case studies will be there, interpreting information, recognizing assumptions. So all these are the portions included under your decision making portion. Then under your computer knowledge, input output devices, networking, EBMS, MS Office, Internet, history of computers and generations and shortcuts. Okay. So these are the different topics that you have to cover. So this is about your phase one syllabus. Now you guys may ask, like, ma'am, in the phase one, there will be 40 questions for your ESI portion and 40 questions for our ARD portion. Like, what are the different topics we have to cover for these two subjects? So, aspirant, it is mentioned in your official notification, like every year in the official notification, they are providing you the indicative syllabus to cover the portions for your ESI and ARD portion. Okay, that portion you have to cover your phase one and as well as for your phase two. The thing that differ is the level of the questions. Okay, that's the only difference that can occur here. So yeah, I'm about to tell you about the syllabus of ESI and ARD, but before that, let's talk about the exam pattern and the syllabus for. See, here you can see the phase two will have two paper. Paper one is for English and paper two will be for your ESI and ARD portion, right? So paper one that is for English. There is no specifically defined syllabus for your English portion, but the question practice that you have to do that should be related with the current affair topics, okay, like the current events that are happening. So you should have a good reading habit, you should be aware about the latest topics that are going on, right? So you need to write a good essay related to that, like whatever the heading of the topic they will ask you to write for. Essay writing will be there, comprehension and business office correspondence. It is to assess your writing skills, your expressions and understanding of the topic, right? And then the paper two, basically that is for your ESI and ARD portion. A specific syllabus is provided. So you can see I'm just reading the names of the topics. You can see the syllabus is completely mentioned here. And that is also will be available to you on the official notifications as well. So under this, you have to cover your Indian economy and its nature, inflation, employment generations and poverty alleviation in India, population trends, agriculture, industry, financial institutions and rural banking in India, economic globalization, social structure in India, education, social justice pertaining to the various caste and classes, positive discrimination or steps to favor the underprivileged classes. So these are the main headings, and under this you can see there are different subheadings are available, that is in your official syllabus also. So you have to cover all these portions in detail. because as you can see from the previous year questions, right, these topics are very, very important. Okay, so this is your syllabus of economic and social issues. Now moving ahead for the syllabus of ARD portion. So if I compare the syllabus, the ARD syllabus is quite lengthy. You need good number of hours to cover this, like to understand the syllabus plus to revise the syllabus. Okay, there are so many headings or so many topics under your ARD portion, right? So here you can see under your ARD portion, you have to cover your agriculture part, soil and water conservation, water resource, agri and farm engineering, horticulture and plantation, animal husbandry, fisheries, forestry, agriculture extension, ecology and climate change, present scenario of agriculture and allied activities in India, rural developments. Okay, so these are the different topics under your ARD portion, and you need to go through all the subheadings in detail. Then only you will be able to have a confidence in your ARD syllabus before your examination, because there are so many important subheadings mentioned here. Okay, so this is all about the syllabus that you have to cover for your phase 1 and phase 2 examination. Phase 3 is a psychometric test, and phase 4 is the interview, that is your personality test. Okay, now moving ahead, this is about the, so we had discussed about eligibility, we had discussed about the exam pattern and the syllabus. Now moving ahead, like whenever any aspirant, any serious aspirant, they start targeting for a competitive examination, they want to know about the cutoff also, like how much in the last few years, okay, the marks matters for qualifying for the next section or the next phase of the examination. Okay, so here you can see the cutoff for phase 1 examination, and that is for your year 2024. Okay, so in the year 2024, you can see this particular final official cutoff was released in the month of April 2025. Okay. As your exam was conducted on 1st of September 2024, and here you can see, I'm just telling you about the unreserved and EWS category. Okay. So you can see that reasoning. So that reasoning portion, uh, out of 20 marks, 3.25 was the cutoff. For your English language portion, out of 30 marks, 10.75 was the cutoff. For computer knowledge, 4 out of 20 marks was the cutoff. For quantitative aptitude, 4.50 out of 20 was the cutoff. And for your decision making portion, 2 marks out of 10 was a cutoff. Okay, so this was a cutoff for your qualifying section. And if I talk about the merit section, so under the merit section for your general awareness portion, it was 1.25 out of 20, 3.50 out of 40 for your economic and social issues, and 6.25 out of 40 for your ARD portion. So this was the cutoff. Now let me tell you one important point here. For be in the merit list for your phase 2 examination, you need to score well in your merit section, because your merit section marks matters a lot. Okay, just crossing the cutoff will not lead you anywhere. You have to score well, because here you can see, just give me a minute, let me tell you firstly this thing. You can see here for the general stream, okay, table showing discipline wise and category wise cutoff points applied on merit section, that is out of 100. So it was 47 marks. Okay, so you need to score well in your merit section, then only you will be able to cross the final cutoff of merit section for your phase 1 examination. That was in the last year, it was 47. Okay, so this is important. Like you should understand, you should not get confused with the cutoffs and the final merit section score. Okay, now here I'm also providing you the cutoffs of the last 2 years. Like for the year 2023, it was 3 marks out of 24 reasoning. Okay, 2022 it was 3.75 marks out of 20. In the English portion it was 10.25 and 12.50 for the year 2022. So you can see that sometimes the values fluctuates very high. For example, when I talk about the computer knowledge portion, here you can see in the year 2023, the cutoff was 2.75 out of 20, but in the year 2022, it was 5.50 out of 20. So you can see that it was actually reduced to half. It means that the questions was quite tough or the students were not able to attempt good number of questions with accuracy that year. Okay, so yeah, it is not that there will be a good pattern, increasing pattern all the time. Sometimes it can reduce also. It depends upon the level of questions, it depends upon the number of students appeared, it depends upon your preparation level as well. So there are different factors that can decide the cutoffs. Okay, so this is the cutoff for the qualifying section, right? Similarly, you can see the cutoffs for merit sections also. So for the year 2023, it was for the general awareness portion, it was 2.75. And similarly, you can see for the ESI portion out of 40 and for ARD portion out of 40. So you can see in some years, you can see there was a very huge difference, right? So I'm mentioning it here. Like suppose I'm telling you about your ARD portion. In 2023, it was 4.25. In 2022, it was 6.75. And here it was 6.25. Okay, so we can assume that this year it can go above 10, it can even be below 10, but the overall score should be good in your merit section. Then only you will be called for the phase 2 examination. Okay, so that should be considered by you. You should be aware about all these figures and all these datas. Now, moving ahead, I'm telling you about the cutoff for your phase 2 examination. So here you can see I'm giving you a list. Yeah, phase two cutoffs matters a lot. Okay, if you are scoring well in your phase two, then only you will be called for the psychometric test or the interview. So for the last year, for the last year, that is for the 2024, for English, general English or descriptive, it was 54 out of 100. Okay, that was exactly half. And for 2023 it was 53.25 out of 100, and for 2022 it was 49 out of 100. So you can see on an average the values are near 50%. Okay, on other hand, if we talk about the objective paper of ESI and ARD portion, so here out of 50, right, in the year 2024 it was 22.50. Similarly, on an average, same number, same cutoff was there for 2023, and for 2022 it was 19. And here you can see, okay, for the descriptive, it was 32 out of 50. So here the safe score, like you need to do very well preparations if you want to cross the cutoffs and if you want to score well in the different portions of your phase 2 examination. Okay, so this is very important, right? So here also you can see, and if I talk about discipline wise and category wise cutoff points applied on merit section total. Okay, so that if I talk about this total for your phase 2 specifically, including total paper 1 and paper 2. So for unreserved categories and for general stream, it was 126.75. Okay, like the sum total of all these marks. Okay, so that was 126.75 out of 200. So if you are scoring that much, that means you are qualified. You had qualified the phase 2. Okay. So this is cutoff points used on objective test and descriptive, which I had already explained you, right? So these are for the different categories. You can go through the list. Okay, you can, if you are preparing for the different steps, that time also this list will help you, right? Now moving ahead, so this is a select list or the cutoff. So under the general stream, the final candidate that was selected, okay, so you can see it was 168 out of 200. Okay, that is 170 out of, and that is 170.5 out of 200. So under the different categories, the last candidate that was selected under the different categories, these are the scores of the last candidates. Okay, so that means the competition is really high. Preparations of 1 or 2 months will not lead you anywhere. You need to do a very good preparations if you want to be in the merit list, if you want to qualify, or in the final merit list. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so yeah, the exam, the syllabus is there, the pattern is there, previous year questions are there available to you. The good preparation can only help you to score well in all the different portions of the examinations. Okay, so among the candidates having equal marks in total, so if there are two candidates who are having the equal marks, like mains examination plus interview taken together, if they are having the equal marks, the candidates with higher marks in mains examinations are ranked higher. And in case of having equal marks in mains examination, candidates have higher qualification. Or in case of similar qualification, candidates with higher marks in graduations are ranked higher. And in case of further tie-up, the candidates senior in age are ranked higher. Okay, so this is to like break the tie-up or further tie-ups are if these kind of situations will occur. So these are the ways to deal with the situations, right? Now moving ahead, so this is all about the cutoffs. Now, if I talk about the salary and the allowances, so here I'm discussing the salary that was mentioned in the official notification of 2025 year. Although there are some changes that are keeps on occurring, like there's some inclusions, there are some exclusions. So approximately, if I talk about the initial monthly gross emoluments, so it is approximately 1 lakh, or certain number more than 1 lakh. Okay, so under this you can see that selected candidates will draw a starting basic pay of rupees 44,500 per month in the scale of 44,500 plus 2,500, that is the annual increments or annual pay for 4 years, and that's how it will go for the next 17 years. And that is applicable to officers in grade A, and they will be eligible for DA, dearance allowances, local compensatory allowances, house rent allowances, and rate allowances as per rules in force from time to time. So these rules are keeps on changing. So on an average, I'm mentioning this is your initial salary, initial monthly gross emoluments. Okay, and what are the perks and the benefits that you will get? So prerequisites or privileges. So banks accommodation subject to availability, and reimbursement of expenses for maintenance of vehicles for official purpose, newspaper, internet, telephone charges, book grant, allowances for furnishing of residence, etc., as per the eligibility. So you will get all these allowances. Free dispensary facility besides reimbursement of medical expenses for OPD treatment, hospitalization as per eligibility, interest-free festival advance, leave trial concession, loans and advances at concessional rates of interest for housing, car, education of children, consumer articles, personal computer, etc. Okay, so all these are the prerequisites or privileges you will receive. So as I mentioned, there will be HRA, medical insurance, travel allowances for official travels, leave policy, and pension scheme. Okay, so that's all about it. So this is all will be mentioned in your official notifications. Now you can see another important prerequisites or privileges that you will receive if you will be qualified as a NABARD Grade A officer. So under this, you can see candidates selected for the post will be governed by the defined contribution to new pension scheme, that is NPS, in addition to the benefits of gratuity and group term insurance plan. So at certain centers, limited number of residents. So if you are like working at some particular bank where limited number of residential quarters are available, facility for securing residential accommodations on lease, however, exist at all centers. Initial appointments of a selected applicant will be on a probation for a period of 2 years, which may, at the bank's discretion, be extended for a further maximum period of 1 year. So all candidates selected for appointment by the bank are liable to be posted and transferred anywhere in India. So you will be transferred anywhere in India, majorly in the metropolitan cities only. Okay. So this is all about it, and I'm adding a specific quota post here, like for the aspirants who want to know exactly about the facilities that you will get as a NABARD Grade A officer, allowances, perks provided to you. So here, he was a former Grade A officer at NABARD, okay, and he worked in NABARD for 2019 to 2022. And he had mentioned about all these things here. So you can go through this particular post and most of your doubts will be cleared from. Okay. Now moving ahead, if I talk about the job profile, so basically you will be appointed as a Grade A officer. Okay, as you can continue your further studies, okay, that will help you in professional development and as well as your personal developments, and you will be promoted for as a Grade B officer or Grade C officer as per like you will be promoted for the different uh, officers post, and there will be departmental exposure also. You will be able to know like how the different things work there, and as you are working as a NABARD grade A officer, so your involvements in policy implementations and to know about the different schemes that are basically for the benefits of the farmers, these are your main roles that you have to play here. Okay. Now under this, yeah, so what kind of role? So as I'm explaining all the roles here to you, like policy planning, assisting in formulating financial policies and plans for agriculture and rural developments, credit monitoring, like monitoring the credit flow and financial health of rural projects, financial analysis, analyzing financial statements and data to support decision making, coordinating with banks, financial institutions, and government bodies, report preparations, preparing financial reports and presenting findings to higher managements. Okay, so these are your main work that you have to perform when you will be appointed as a NABARD Grade A officer. Other than that, there will be a good field work, okay? There will be a good field exposure, like close connections to ground reality to get the essence of majority of India. Practical approach, like book to field approach will be needed, okay? And that's how you will be contributing to the rural India, developments of the rural India, and there will be tangible and intangible results from feedbacks, like how you are working, what type of approach you are following to deal with the different things. So that's how your work will be. If I talk about as a NABARD grade A officer, there is a very good work-life balance because it's a 9 to 5 job. Like you have good number of hours to spend on your further educations, on your interest, passions, and other things. Okay, and there will be a Saturday and Sunday off. Other perks are there. Salary and allowances are there. So there are so many benefits that you're about to get if you will be selected as a NABARD grade A officer. Okay, and this is a chart. If I talk about the career growth, like how will you grow further? So as you will be selected as an assistant manager, you can be promoted. Like initially you are a grade A officer, then you will be promoted as a grade B, grade C officer. So this is a hierarchy of your growth. Okay, so you can be promoted as an assistant general manager, then deputy general manager, chief general manager, executive director, and the directors. Okay, so this is a hierarchy of growth that will be followed when you will be selected as a assistant manager in NABARD grade A for the first time. So that's how the growth will go further.